So we're going to a tarping job, and the customers, what's the issue?
Yeah, so they have a small leak coming in from, I'm assuming around a pipe boot or something. We'll see what it is, but we're gonna tarp it.
All right, let's check it out.
Get some cap nails, and then we'll be good to go.
What warehouse are we going to?
The warehouse we own.
Yeah.
So we have the 4,000 square foot warehouse. We have solar materials and some solar materials because it takes more space, and then some roofing materials. So it's mostly empty, but we got it for a really good deal. And it's on a good stretch of land, so it's more so marketing than anything.
Beautiful strategy though, grab a building in a high
traffic area. Obviously our office back there is in a residential neighborhood, and so it's very off the beaten path.
Yeah.
But this is where I think 1,000 cars plus a day pass by, probably more than that, probably several thousand. And so it's a good spot to be and to market ourselves.
Tarping roofs, is this different from a lot of the way people do it? What's different about this? What's different about the way you guys do this, or is there anything interesting about this for content?
One of our best attributes as a company is speed. So we are very nimble, and so if somebody calls us, we get a lot of calls that say, hey, I've called 3 other roofers, nobody picks up or nobody answers it, and can you get this done in a certain period of time? And we'll get out there within a very short period of time. So I say speed is one of our best attributes. And then obviously we're trying to get replacements from the repairs. Yeah. So a lot of roofers will pass on repairs. We will take on repairs that other people won't. What
would you say is their mindset around that? Obviously, as a lead generation company, we know that repairs are huge because a repair lead is often going to be a little less expensive than a full replacement lead, those types of things. So if you know how to flip those too, there's less people vying for them, and then you can flip them.
Yeah, people don't know what is a repairable occurrence versus a replaceable occurrence. They just know there's a leak happening. So sometimes we'll get to a house and it's like, we cannot repair this. This is way too old and way too tattered, so we're going to sell them a replacement. So people don't often know what they need until someone shows up. So if you think about calling a roofing company and everybody passes on repairs, and it needs to be replaced, that's a replaceable roof that we can take on that people just passed on. So that lead cost is much lower because nobody else answers the phone. Yeah.
I think that's very important.
So this warehouse is, you'll see, it's nothing special, but it gets the job done.
Hail in Peoria, or storm work in Peoria, and how much percentage of that is your work compared to retail, and how do you think about those two?
It's roughly half and half, if not a little bit more retail than insurance, based on our total revenue volume. Storms do come in quite frequently, probably once every couple of years at least. But it's not as strong as it would be in a Texas or an Oklahoma or some of those other states that get softball size hail. We're talking about 1 to 2 inch size, and so if insurance approves it, then we obviously work their insurance to get it done.
All right.
Looking for plastic caps.
So the issue I see happens a lot of times is there's like people that get addicted to storms. And honestly, it's much worse than you'd think.
Yes.
Like if people get totally addicted to storms and then there's not one, you can have a thriving company. That was good on retail for years.
Yes.
But they had 2 good years of storms, and then they look like they're starving.
Right.
And it's like they bloated. The ability to scale up and scale down,
yes,
if you're a storm company, is like hard, probably.
So when I first started back in 2020, I realized that if we got addicted to storms and that if we wanted to just wait for storms to happen, you're not actually a roofing company, you're just a storm company. So if your entire revenue base is based off of storms and insurance chasing, it's not a good reputable model for a 10-year period of time, which I'm trying to scale for a 10-year period, 20-year period of time.
Unless maybe you're in Texas.
There you go.
It's almost like you never have a year with that, or like maybe Florida.
But even then, I would suggest to people that are looking in the roofing industry, if you're only paying attention to storms, you're doing it the wrong way. You have to build a base of customers that trust you through the projects, and those referrals that come over time. I mean, how often do people buy roofs? Once every decade, maybe. So you're talking about selling through a process of a decade plus. So
comment below if you disagree.
Don't disagree. And if you disagree, you're wrong. No, just kidding.
I love when people have strong opinions because it makes the comments show up.
Well, let's think about it from a different industry perspective. If you're a plumber or an HVAC or some other home service industry, you don't have insurance money to count on. So you build a business organically through marketing, through branding, and through good service. Why are roofing companies expected to be so different with insurance? Why should we just focus on one piece of the puzzle?
Well, a lot of the HVAC guys get upset. There's home warranty things. It's kind of like insurance. Like it's like, they think they're going to get covered and then they're not covered.
Yep.
And it's really frustrating for them as a homeowner. It's a frustrating experience. Like I know that as roofers, you're used to dealing with insurance constantly, but they suck.
Yes.
And so you're kind of making a frustrating experience if you're trying to force anything that's not easily insurance. I don't know.
I'd say this as well. From a sales perspective, if your team is not focused on giving good, better, best and delivering a high service like presentation, they're going to be only going for $1,000 deductible sales, which is a different type of sale than a retail sale where you're pitching an actual product. You're talking about shingle differences. You're talking about why you're different than the competition. You're closing strong, as opposed to just, I can get you money from your insurance company. Very different sales channels. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you can do the insurance one, it doesn't mean you can obviously do the retail.
Different
beast.
It doesn't
go the other way.
Different beast.
But it would go the other
Yeah,
way.
I think if you start in retail, you can have a better chance of getting insurance versus the opposite.
All right, talk to me about this bad boy. Like
It's an Equipter.
The Equipter, how often do you use this? Is this every once in a while type of situation?
This is just not today, because typically we do it for more complex jobs that have higher pitches with, we don't use this on every job. Sometimes the ground is soft. Obviously it's not soft right now, but we'll use this on bigger jobs, more important ones that need like a high slope would be a good use case for it. So,
are you happy you branded this thing?
Brand everything.
Brand everything.
Brand everything.
All right,
all the
let's go.
time.
I just noticed, is this hail on this? I've been saying AC companies and roofing companies need to team up, because if they see a bunch of hail on top of a rooftop unit, they're gonna be a good referral source for you. Is this hail, you think, or what do you think that's actually?
I mean, there's no hail on top. It didn't look like there's a lot of hail dings around the top.
Yeah.
It's just on the side. So hail's not going to come in at a 90-degree angle. Okay. So no, I wouldn't say that.
But still, the point is, HVAC companies, roofing companies refer each other, baby. That's a good team.
100%. This money can be fast, right? Yeah. So as you said and alluded to earlier, getting addicted to fast cash in the roofing industry is definitely a topic. And by the way, there's massive roofing companies that are way bigger than us. They can just focus on insurance storms. Do I think that that's the right mode of building a business through grassroots and through branding and through marketing? No. I think you can do both, but brand will always be superior. Retail models will always be superior in long-term wealth building tools.
The other thing is fast growth in general. Like if you think about the fact that you're paying for stuff up front, you're paying salespeople, you're paying for materials.
Sure.
You're not always paid out. In insurance, you're paid out very slowly sometimes.
Very slowly, it can constrict cash flow.
So the cash flow problem with storms and just customers not paying in some cases.
Certainly.
Those are really tough parts about a business.
Some customers, man, I've had this happen. I have this saying that I've said from the very beginning. When insurance money comes to customers, customers get funny. So when insurance money comes, people get funny.
Yeah.
Because it's like they get this free money and they think, oh, I'm gonna go on vacation or I'm gonna pay off this other loan. And you can get shorted or not even paid on certain jobs because they get this free money from the insurance company. Where the retail customer, they expect to pay a price, they pay a down payment, they pay you on time. It's the exact opposite. They know they need to pay you. So oftentimes when I see roofing companies focus on insurance, they have accounts receivable problems because they can't collect fast enough.
Do you find any issues with, you're a vibey, brand-oriented, reputation-focused roofing company, and then if somebody doesn't pay you, you can't just say, I'm going to come over and break your ankles or put a lien on your house?
Good point. We have had to get tougher on customers sometimes. I don't think it's because of our brand. Sometimes I think the car can speak for itself. They think that a Tesla costs $100,000. And so the perception of being a very top, like a top tier brand can go against you in some ways.
But they know you don't want to have like a 1-star review or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
no.
Sometimes being a higher end brand could lead to some people thinking, well, he's not going to do anything about it because he doesn't want us to hurt his reputation.
Good point.
Because people will retaliate.
It's both ways.
Yeah.
We're service first, like I've said. So I'll just be right back. Give me 30 seconds.
Yeah. I got the nails, and if you want to grab this too.
Let's do some tarping, baby.
Whenever I hear tarp, I'm imagining a blue tarp, but you're using
this is just, this is what goes on underneath the roof. It's underlayment, so we use this for emergency tarping.
Yep.
Ha!
Telescopic ladders, what's your take on those? Comment below.
Just put it right here,
Talk to me about what you're looking for.
So, with repairs, it's super important to get on the inside of the house to know how to triangulate where the leak is coming from. So I'm assuming she said the flat portion was right there, which is where that cutoff was. Yeah. So it's probably coming from the chimney or one of these pipe boots.
Yeah.
So there's some gaps here in between the pipe boot and the roof, which these shingles are absolutely just destroyed. Not tacked down. Jeez. And so it's either coming from right here where the water comes down, sits and gets underneath, and one of these two pipe boots, most likely.
This is not a surprise that this roof is leaking.
No, this is got to be 20 years old or more.
Better option. This chunky hole.
Yeah, that could be a hole there too, yeah.
This is rough.
You see nail pops right there too, Tim, right above your hand?
Oh yeah, my God.
Yep.
That is crazy.
She's gonna be due for a new roof. She already knows that, but she's just looking to mitigate as much damage as possible in the meantime. You got some low nailing here. The EPDM flat portion here looks decent. This has been done more recent than the shingles.
And often will you replace the shingles portion of a roof and not replace the EDPM?
EPDM, yeah, that happens sometimes. Oftentimes flat roofs are the quickest point to leak, and so they'll have that replaced faster, more so than the roof, and so yeah, that's the situation.
Talk to me about your tarping strategy here. Like, what are you planning on doing here?
We honestly should have brought some silicone, which we should probably go get, and just silicone the pipes and behind the chimney.
Okay.
And then tarp above the chimney there.
Okay.
That's probably the plan.
All right, so a tarp and some silicone.
Yep. Her leak didn't seem that bad.
Yeah.
Like it was just a slow drip. And so whatever's happening is happening at a slow pace. For customers like this, we like to get them on the schedule as soon as possible. Like I said, flexibility and speed is one of our best attributes. So if we have a roof like this that's actively leaking, we can get them on the schedule the following week, get this thing replaced, and so we don't have to wait a long period of time in between. Yeah, this looks obviously newer too. These shingles are just, I mean, look at this.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like they didn't even nail them in some places.
Yeah, so you see a silicone striper on this one right here. It's a little bit tighter to the boot. That one's a little bit more loose.
Do you think he might have some silicone on him?
It's possible. You got any silicone in your truck? No, it's okay. Are you familiar with crickets at all, Tim? You know what a cricket is?
Yeah. What do you think this needs?
So it doesn't need a cricket because it's not wide enough. I think a cricket is 36 inches or above. I could be wrong on that. Maybe it's 24 inches. And so this is a pretty narrow chimney, which it's not, code does not require a cricket.
But
for wide enough chimneys.
That's pooling there.
Correct. It's very possible. So
because it almost looks like there's a divot where the water would hang out.
And there's also no flashing around the chimney that's weighting this away. So oftentimes we'll build a chimney cricket, which a cricket for those unschooled, basically comes up like this and then slopes down on either side. And so it's going to create that drainage pitch for the water to go around the chimney as opposed to sit and dwell on that backside.
What would you say, is there anything that was a mistake on this installation, or do you believe that it's just old?
This is really old. I mean, there's no flashing on the chimney, number one, which needs to be. The pipe boots, these shingles are just so old. It probably held its own for a good 20 years. Maybe it leaked in between, but this just needs to be replaced. As you can see from some of the tar strips, they're not holding anymore. So like when you see this, not a good sign. That tack down, see that? So when that happens and that tar strip becomes unglued, that's gonna just spell a lot of trouble for this underlayment and the roof structure. So let's go back to supply house, get some silicone, come back. We'll silicone the crap out of all these things. We'll tarp a little bit and we'll be done.
All right.
Are you scared of heights, Tim? Do the honors.
Sure. How big of a hole do you want in the tip?
You want about here and up.
Really?
Yeah. Slice it sideways, kind of go up and vertically. There you go. That'll work.
Oh yeah.
You kind of want to like that, so it comes out a little slanted, but not. Yeah, get a little slant in there.
See.
It's better. Yep. That helps you create that nice, nice edge. This right here. This is a little bit jacked, but This is going to be replaced next week, and so it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't step in it.
So this alone gets used?
Yeah, I'd say the back of this chimney as well. The leak is really coming from over here, Tim, so I'd say get the back of the chimney.
Okay, and is there any, just kind of that
Yep,
seam?
coat the back of that chimney seam, yep, where that flashing should go.
Once again, this is a very temporary fix. We don't need a cricket or anything like that right now?
No, the cricket is not necessary.
Just making sure that there's any penetrations at this exact moment, or just for a second until this roof will be replaced in the next few weeks.
Next week. You can see right here, Tim, you can see, you feel this, a dead spot?
Yeah, it feels like there's a hole.
Most likely the wood is getting loose underneath there and giving some push and take. So we'll most likely have to, once we remove the shingles, we'll place some wood around this general vicinity. Nail pops, obviously.
Nothing really that we can do about that.
Yep, same over here. We can coat this one just to be certain.
This guy?
Yep. And those edges, yep.
What's your favorite type of caulk, Ben?
This kind. Not sponsored.
GE. GE makes caulk?
Yep. Liquid nails is good. Again, this is extremely temporary since we're doing this next week, so this is gonna look perfect. For right now, we're just trying to seal off if any temporary rain comes in.
So that is how you seal.
Obviously, when we look at a roof inspection, we're looking for granule loss and gutters and how they're working. So there's some gutter covers in here, some sponginess. So I'd recommend to this customer to have some gutter guards put on here, so none of this
algae
and moss buildup's not going to happen.
The leak was there. Somebody else has tried this before. You can see the silicone around that's been dripping down.
Yep.
So this is not a permanent fix. Just to re-say that one more time.
Not a permanent fix, and to a long-standing problem. She just bought the house a year ago, and she just found the leak a little while ago. So this has probably been happening a long, long time. The leak was in a closet, and so it's hard to find.
So we don't necessarily need to put down any tarping. Is that what we determined?
That's correct.
Okay, so that was I was kind of excited about that.
Yes.
So yeah, what kind of size hammer do you need for this job?
So I'd say just a normal 16-ounce hammer is going to be necessary to tarp a roof. Not going to need something too big, too small, something simple like this.
All right. I had one that I thought was probably big enough. Is there anything wrong with a hammer this size?
Well, you got this from your child's playtell set, I believe, so I think that's probably not something you're going to bring on a job site.
No, this would get the job done. This swings just the same.
Right.
Comment below if you really think you need that big of a hammer. Look at this thing. It's cartoonish.
How many layers is this? It wouldn't surprise me if it's more than one.
How does multiple layers change the price?
It's just, so if you have multiple layers, you're going to have more material that you're tearing off and a little bit more time that's associated with doing the tear off.
And is this a normal size hammer?
Yeah, it's 2 layers, Mike.
Will this get the job done, do you think?
It depends on how big of a person you are, I suppose.
I believe that this is enough to get the job done.
I've got tiny little hands, so it fits in well.
Hey.
Yeah, so I just wanted to know.
Hey-o. I like those shoes. Are these
These are Nike Air Max OBJs. These were a gift from somebody, one of my employees, and I wear them all the time because they're very comfortable. They make me 2 inches taller too.
Do these work on roofs? Do they have any grip?
I'm not on roofs most of the time, so I don't need cougar paws most of the time unless it's something crazy steep. So
well, people make fun of me when I go on like a 412 with cougar paws, anyways.
Yeah, that's weak sauce.
I thought it was gonna make me a legit roofer, but they're just like, dude. It's not even hard to grip a 412 roof. So, hey, comment below with what are your shoes that you wear and that are the best for roofs. Comment below.
You want to hand out any materials?
Sure.
Drop it.
Yeah. Appreciate you, sir.
Screech from Saved by the Bell was here meeting people for that opening of that store.
So in this job that we just went to,
is
there going to be any insurance involved, or is that going to be straight retail?
No, that's not an insurance job. That's just retail. The roof is just broken down, and so.
She has an old quote.
Old quote from a different company that we are basically, she trusts us. She's known my social media posts from years ago, so she remembered me from social media, called the company, and now we are attempting to sell a roof.
So we don't know if we're going to get the roof.
Don't know yet.
But we do know that because of your content and all the work that you've done to brand yourself,
Yeah.
that there is some familiarity. She
Yes.
knows you care about homeowners.
Yes.
You're trying to do the right thing, and there is a difference, sometimes between like a no-name brand and Ben Tiger,
Right.
who stands behind their work, and I know who it is, and I can talk to him if
Yes.
I need to.
And I'm from this area. I live here. I'm never going to leave. And so they have this confidence that I'm not just some fly-by-the-night company. They feel like they know me. They feel like they know me.
Yeah.
And I would like to get to know them. So it's this trade-off. When you watch somebody's content, you've probably done this before.
Yeah.
When you watch videos of certain people over and over and over, you're like, okay, I feel like I know this guy. That's a very valuable asset to have in the marketing space, that when you show up on a job site, they're like, I think I know this guy and what he stands for. And what you build from that is called trust.
And, we may not have officially tarped this roof, but I will say the process of turning repairs into closed deals, like the fact that you do mitigate some of that leak in the moment, puts you in a different position
Correct.
than if you're not helping with the immediate problem.
Yeah, and we charge $600 for a repair or a tarping or some kind of mitigation, right?
Yeah.
So as part of the sale, we'll say, hey, listen, as opposed to charging you $600, we'll just take that off the top of the cost for replacement. Bingo, bango, bongo. Buy from us, you get a $600 discount.
Yeah.
Right? So
Makes a lot of sense. Well, I appreciate you being open to me following along.
Yeah.
Maybe letting me do some of that siliconing. Is that what
Caulking.
Caulking?
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it.
caulk.
I felt uncomfortable saying it.
It's like chalk. Caulk.
Caulk. So it's fine. I can say caulk.
Caulk with your small hammer.
You didn't even bring up the hammer. Check them out at.
TheRoofTiger.com.
I hear it's getting a facelift.
It is getting a facelift. I can't wait for this new website to drop. Hook Agency. I don't know if you guys have heard about that company, but they're doing their website. Very excited about this build. As you can tell from the office tour to the cars to where we're representing the design aesthetic, they really captured that essence online as well. And so very excited to launch that new website coming up in the next 7 days. So very pumped.
Hookagency.com, and if you're on YouTube, below in the description there's a little thing where you can get $1,000 off just by clicking that link and going and talking to us there. So get $1,000 off by clicking that link below, and really appreciate the time that we've spent with you.
Yeah.
You're the man. And if you didn't see the office tour, there's another video. Go check it out here. You can see all the things that they're doing in their operations that allow Ben to have more freedom and allow him to have a strong culture.
Yeah.
And I think he's a great example. So
Thank you, Tim.
yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for coming down, buddy.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.